The afternoon sun cast perfect shadows across our backyard as children's laughter filled the air. My daughter Emma had just turned 7, and I'd gone all out with an enchanted potions party theme. Long tables held glass bowls of water, containers of glitter, dish soap for bubbles, and rows of food coloring in every shade imaginable. Most of the kids were elbow deep in their creations, their hands stained rainbow colors as they mixed and giggled. But not Marcus. Marcus lived 3 houses down. His mother had moved in about a month ago, and she'd seemed pleasant enough when I delivered the invitation. He was 8, tall for his age, with skin so pale it was almost translucent and eyes that seemed too old for his face. While the other children shrieked with delight over their bubbling mixtures, Marcus stood apart, motionless as a statue, just watching. I approached him with my best hostess smile. Not interested in making potions, Marcus? He said nothing, just a slight lift of his shoulders. That's when I noticed his hands. Dark crimson stains covered his fingertips and palms, spreading up toward his wrists in irregular patterns. I assumed he'd been experimenting with the red dye. Looks like you've been busy with the dragon's blood, I said cheerfully, gesturing toward the red food coloring bottle. I pulled out a baby wipe from my pocket. Here, let me help you clean up. His reaction was instant and violent. He jerked backward, jamming both hands deep into his jacket pockets, shaking his head with surprising force. The movement was so abrupt that a couple of nearby kids stopped playing to stare. I didn't push it. The cake was ready anyway. An hour passed. Presents had been opened, cake devoured, and the kids had scattered across the yard for a game of freeze tag. Emma tugged at my sleeve, her eyes wide with worry. Mom, where's Butterscotch? Our cat. A sweet, impossibly friendly tabby who treated every gathering like her personal fan club. She should have been weaving between legs, demanding attention from every guest. She's probably napping somewhere quiet, sweetie, I said, but uncertainty was already creeping up my spine. I searched the house room by room, under beds, inside closets, behind the washing machine, in every warm spot where she liked to curl up. I called her name until my throat felt raw. The silence that answered back felt wrong. Outside, the children's voices seemed suddenly distant, muffled. I scanned the yard methodically, checking her usual haunts. The flower bed, the sunny patch by the deck, under the hydrangea bushes. Then I saw it. The back gate, the one leading to the wooded area behind our property, stood open about 6 inches. I was meticulous about that gate. I checked it twice that morning. My chest tightened. I turned slowly, scanning the yard with new eyes. That's when I spotted Marcus. He'd separated from the group again, standing at the far edge of our property, near that open gate. His back was to me, his posture rigid, staring down at something on the ground. Every instinct, I had started screaming. I walked toward him, each step feeling heavier than the last. Marcus? Where are you looking at? No response. He didn't move, didn't acknowledge my presence at all. His gaze remained fixed on a small area of disturbed earth directly in front of him. The soil was darker than the surrounding ground, recently turned, with leaves hastily scattered across it in an obvious attempt at concealment. Marcus, I said again, harder this time. Have you seen Butterscotch? My cat. He turned his head slowly, looking at me over his shoulder. His expression was completely empty, void of guilt, fear, or any recognizable emotion. He shook his head once. As he shifted, his hand emerged from his jacket pocket. The crimson stains were still there, but in the direct sunlight, I could see the truth. This wasn't a watery, translucent red of food dye. This was darker, thicker, with dried, flaking edges that had soaked into the fabric of his sleeve. My eyes dropped to the disturbed patch of dirt. Partially visible beneath a thin layer of soil was something small and metallic. Butterscotch's bell, the one from her collar. And next to it, pressed into the mud, was a clump of orange and white fur. The world seemed to tilt. My breath came in shallow gasps. Marcus's other hand remained in his pocket, fingers wrapped around something with such force that his knuckles had gone white. Something was protruding from the top of his pocket. Not a toy, not a rock. I took an involuntary step backward. If you've ever had that moment where everything suddenly makes horrible sense, you know what I felt right then. Drop a comment if you want to hear what happened next. And don't forget to subscribe because some stories need to be told.